We're talking now with Paul. Paul, you're with Allworth's Money Matters.
Hello.
Hey, Paul. Thanks for joining us.
I'm glad. I'm glad I was able to join.
Oh, I appreciate
Good.
that. What can we do to help?
Well, I put 3 questions down, and basically, it was along the lines of should I? Actually, I put a question. Should I combine all of the different funds that I have into one, or should I just leave them where they are? I've heard financial people over the years tell me, leave them where they are, no problem. Others say combine them, and it's a little confusing. So,
How old are you?
I'll be 68 in February.
Are you currently employed?
I am not. I had to retire early. I had a spinal infection last year, and it damaged my spine.
Oh, sorry.
And I was an industrial air conditioning mechanic, and I could no longer do that kind of work anymore.
And are you married?
Yes.
Okay.
And these 3 accounts, are they retirement accounts, all in your name? Are they
brokerage accounts? Are they? What are they? What kind of accounts are they?
Right. So I have a brokerage account with a company that I've been with since 1991. I bought some annuities back then, and then in 2001 I had a nice inheritance, and we paid off some bills and bought a car and put the rest into the brokerage fund.
Okay.
We did that 6 weeks before 9/11.
Okay.
And then of course, we didn't lose it all, and most of it's come back quite nicely.
As you would have expected, more than nicely, like phenomenally, like holy smokes! I can't believe how well this is done. What's the other account?
I have I have some money with a local trade union, and I was union for a while.
Is that that's
qualified?
Qualified prevailing wage retirement contributions?
Correct.
Okay.
Right. I think it's in a 401A.
Okay. So all right. And then what else do you have?
And then I have some money in the company that I retired from, the large AC company that I retired from, and
that's a 401k.
And yeah.
Okay.
And do you have any other IRAs or anything?
No.
And let's circle back to this brokerage account. You said that you bought some annuities years ago, and then you put some in a brokerage account. Do you still own the annuities that they sold you?
I do, yes.
And I would imagine it's a different person today than it was in 1991.
It is, but the gentleman that was our agent at the time, he was for a great number of years, and then he retired. And actually, there were 2 versions of that company, and then I want to say about 10 years ago, that company merged both together and became one and changed their name.
Okay.
And
but it's kind of a benevolence.
A benevolent society, like the Lutheran or one of those types.
Right,
like
right. We were Lutheran Brotherhood. I was Lutheran Brotherhood.
Okay, I guess. And the Catholics have the, what do we call them?
I don't know. Knights.
Right.
Knights of Columbus. But they call them, there's a different investment arm for that. I should know, I'm Catholic.
And I think that the Lutherans have a different name now, too.
They do as
I don't
well.
remember what that is either. But
anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Do you like the advisor you're working with there?
I do. Actually, his brother was our advisor for a lot of years, and we went to the same church. And
does he do fee-based advice, or is he still selling annuities?
He does whatever he thinks is, whatever he thinks is good, or whatever the customer wants.
How does he get paid?
How does he get paid?
Yes.
That's a good question. I suppose that he gets paid out of fees.
Okay, so this is the answer to your question is yes, you should combine all three
And
of
the
these.
question, well, you can't necessarily. You can have them all under the same
Advisor.
Yes,
But you can combine this trade union IRA together, 401k, whatever it is, and the 401k
Into
can
one
go to
IRA.
one IRA. And then you have this brokerage account that would sit on its own. And then you actually have these annuities, which actually, by the way, those are the things that I would be focusing on right now, which is
what's the plan with these annuities?
what's the plan with the annuities? And then I would be looking at Roth conversions.
And maybe
or not Roth
annuitize for a period of time.
That's exactly what I was thinking, right? And then
Right.
And they might have the annuity factor, internal factors might be much higher than anything you could buy in the marketplace today.
which is if you
Because rates were so
annuitize how they pay out, right? And whether they're fixed or variable annuities and whether that's appropriate, the fee structure inside of it. So you've got this, you've got a bunch of questions here, and most of the decision making is going to be driven by asset allocation and tax.
Okay.
This
And this really comes down to who's your advisor. So, like when you said he does whatever the customer wants.
I don't want a doctor that does whatever I want.
Well, right. Okay. So, well, you're right. I missed kind of.
And all the
misstated that.
and these big companies like that, most people are.
Brad knows what he's doing. He's
Okay.
been doing it for a long time.
Oh,
He's on
perfect.
the other
And you
side.
trust him.
Has he done a financial plan for you?
Yes.
Okay. And so, yes, you should combine these together. And if he's getting paid fee-based, then you should be asking him the question, like, these annuities, should I annuitize them? Or he should be saying to you,
Yeah, what's our plan with these?
what's our plan with these? But he's doing a financial plan, right? And as long as he's not getting commissions on transactions, which is the thing that, by the way, when you bought these annuities, that's just the way of the world it was back then.
That's right.
That's just
The tax
Right.
law was quite different, and it made
That-
sense. It made sense.
Yeah, that's the way it was. So what they did in the past and what they do today, right?
Probably quite different.
Quite different. So yes, the answer to the question
Well,
is you should combine. If you're happy with the advisor and you like the advisor, then you should combine them all under that advisor. There's no reason in the world that trade union 401k and your own 401k are continue to sit out there, probably with no visibility from an advisor giving
And
you.
my guess is the trade union one is in some sort of group account where you have no investment control over it whatsoever, and who knows how it's managed. So,
So the answer to the question is yes. Go back to your advisor.
sounds like you have a good relationship. Sounds like you trust them.
Yeah, and ask, okay, let's combine these together and give me a tax strategy in terms of Roth IRAs and what it looks like in with these annuities. And the benefit of the annuities is that you could get paid out a portion of principal and gain over a period of years, where if you die, it becomes a big tax burden to the beneficiaries.
Yeah, so that's something to take a look at. I really appreciate the call, Paul.